In today's video, we are going to be talking about my top 10 most disappointing SH Figuarts action figures. In case you were wanting to jump in, you want to buy one of them, and I'm just going to give you the reasons why I think they are not as good as they could be, and I'm going to tell you guys what could be better on the figures. So enough wasting time, let's just jump right into it, and we're going to start off with the Gogeta Blue SH Figuarts. This guy came out a little while ago. I believe he's from the Broly movie. And I always wanted a Vegito and a Gogeta figure. When I was growing up, the fusions were like in with the Buu Saga, and they were just really cool. And they felt like online, people used to do these websites with the gifs, and people made up their own versions, and there were customs like in Super Saiyan 5 at the time that didn't exist, and people went crazy on early days of the internet before any social media. And so these guys always the fusions hold like a special place in my collecting heart. And the problem with this figure is it's a really nice figure. This is why it's number 10. It doesn't come with the Super Saiyan head. It only comes with the black head and the blue head. Now, the fact that it comes with the regular head is amazing, because a lot of Figuarts now that come out recently, they only have one head. So you'll have the normal or blue Super Saiyan or yellow Super Saiyan. You'll never have multiple heads anymore. So the fact that it even came with the base head is awesome, and this figure is really cool. I have a full review up on the channel. So to start off, just disappointed that it didn't come with Super Saiyan, and you have to buy like a third party Super Saiyan head, and it'll cost just as much as the figure. This only cost me like 40 bucks when he came out. So definitely try to track this guy down. He is worth it. A beautiful figure, but he should have the Super Saiyan head in my opinion. So number 10. You blew it! And now, again, this is similar to the other figure. Beautiful figure. And it is a $35 retail figure, so I give it a lot more slack, a lot more leeway. But this figure, we do not have a normal Vegeta head yet. We have tons of Super Saiyan with shiny hair, flat hair, all these different types of hairs. But where is just the base Vegeta from this era in Z? This is, it's a beautiful figure. I need regular Vegeta heads now. I did go buy a third party head, and I have a review and a video of this. But this head costs more than this figure. So, you know, us having to piece the stuff together is not cool, Bandai. Just give us 2 heads in your packaging. You've done it before, you could do it again. So that is my number 9. And I promise they're not all going to be like this, but I just want to get these ones out of the way because it's going to get crazy. So definitely stay tuned. Again, in that same vein, not necessarily, it doesn't come with a Super Saiyan head. It is a base figure, so I understand these are made cheaper so more people could get them. We do have a base Vegeta head, finally, but it's cartoony because it's from the superhero movie. So still no Vegeta yet in base form for Z, for the anime, for the original anime. So that is my 9 and 8. Enough of these, no more head swaps. We're gonna get into some figures. Number 7 has got to be the Dragon Ball Goku. Now, Dragon Ball GT Goku, they got him correct. He is the right scale. He is a good size. He scales with your other Z figures. Now, it looks like when they were starting with the Dragon Ball line, they were doing their own scale because the Master Roshi is large. But then they have the kill guy, the guy that stands on the column. I can't think of his name right now. Not Pilaf. But that column guy, he's like a normal scale, but then, and Chi-Chi's normal, and Bulma's normal. So it's like the scale was just maybe a mistake. And maybe if someone makes a normal size head or I don't know, I would like a fat Dragon Ball Goku. So this would actually be lower on my list, but since it's just kind of the scale, he's going to be number 7. But boy, I love Dragon Ball. I have a Dragon Ball Goku tattoo. I love Dragon Ball, the original series, and the fact that they're so I mean, I guess they kind of work together at least, but the scales are wonky. I mean, the anime was wonky, so I kind of give it a pass, but I would like to see a new run of these in more accurate. I want fat, chubby, little smushed. He looks smushed and fat Goku. So that is a big disappointment for me, but it's still a cool figure, and the fact that we have Dragon Ball figures that are articulated at all is pretty nice. So that's my number 7. Now, my number 8, Yamcha. This figure should have been much buffer, and if you actually go back to 2016 Comic-Con pictures, the prototype actually looked really nice for Yamcha. He had a bigger chest plate. This Yamcha in Z was buff. He was big, his chest was huge, and just this head is off. It doesn't look like him. It doesn't come with a smiling face. Yamcha is a joker. He's always laughing. He's always smiling. He's doing a suave look at the ladies. Like, there's not much you could do with this figure. I was excited about it. I'm glad I only bought one. I was gonna buy 2, and I changed it last minute and only bought 1. And I'm glad to have a Yamcha, especially from this era. But it's just nothing to it. It's very basic. This guy could have been $30. He was $90 with shipping and tax included. So a real big letdown. I don't know what they were doing. His neck is too long. His chest is too small. It's reuse of all the old Goku parts. You know, it's just nothing new, and they charged us new price. So a big letdown, but not as crazy as we're going to get. So this figure, it has a lot of things going for it and a lot of things not going for it. I was just a little disappointed. This guy is tiny, and I know his scale was all over the place in the anime, but he is tiny. He has cheap plastic. They didn't hit him. This is a Bandai premium figure, not the $35 figure. This should be premium, right? So really, they messed up with the scale. They messed up with the paint. He doesn't have paint apps on him. He's got the cheap plastic look. They didn't hit him with that matte finish that just gives it that premium look. Just a little disappointed. It's still, though, a cool figure, but I mean, I don't see anybody posing him. Do you see anybody talking about this guy? No. So, real big letdown. Next up, we have Dr. Gero. Now, this is a figure you don't expect much from, but boy, did they understate him. Like, there's so much wrong to this. He's underscaled. He looks kind of bootleg. Honestly, he looks bootleg. The paint is just super, super, super cheap. You could see it shiny. The skin color is off. There's no details to it anywhere. There's no details on this figure. This is a third-party Goku, and you could see the plastic has a much more professional, not real, this isn't official. It's got a much more professional, real look. This thing just looks cheap. It's plastic. It's little. This is one of my favorite characters of the Android Saga is one of my favorite sagas. So he's an important character, and I was just a big, big letdown. Just a big, big letdown. So go see the full review for my full complaints, but was not happy with that one. Now, here is another big miss. So I'm going to put these two together. She's kind of okay, but boy, the plastic that was used, Bandai, they choose when they want to use good plastic. Like, this is good plastic. You see that face? It's really nice. It's opaque. It's nice. Here's even another figure right there. Boom. Nice face plate. You see the dull coat that was on there? It looks good. It looks premium. It looks rich. These aren't cheap figures. This figure has translucent plastic. I was so let down. Android 18 and 17, again, Android Saga, they're some of my favorite characters, favorite arcs. And these look like bootlegs. I have actual bootlegs, not even third party, bootlegs that look better than these figures. Big letdown. And it's hard to explain when you see them in on the camera, but in person, the plastic is cheap. It's just yuck. And the articulation's cool. The figures look cool, but very big letdown. Just stunk, in my opinion. Now, number 2, Great Saiyaman is one of my favorite characters. Just from the looks, from his acting, the saga was fun. It was just a fun, silly saga. And this figure is a letdown in so many ways. Now, it has a lot of cool things. It is a little bit of an older figure, so I really hope they give us a re-release. It would be really awesome, a re-release. But as of now, this figure just stinks. It's got outdated articulation. The cape always comes out. Now it wants to play along. I swear. That is so funny. But try getting this guy on your shelf. The cape's always falling out. It's just an awkward looking cape anyway. But, oh man, it just, there's so many things. Oh, there it is. Like, you just try to touch it. It just pops out. It doesn't stay in. And it's just ugly. The joints, they could have did like maybe a green joint in there or something. It's just wonky looking figure. Such a cool character that could have been done great, and I do hope they do it great. But just again, these are not horrible figures. These are just figures that disappointed me. So number 2 is Great Saiyaman. Now, before we get to the last one, what do you guys think it is? Leave a comment down below. It helps the algorithm out. Check out my Mercari shop. If you sign up to my Mercari, it's like eBay, but it's a selling app. It's better than eBay, in my opinion. I do a lot of sales on there. You can check out my shop. But if you would like $50 in credit, I have a referral code. If you guys sign up using my code, it's down below. We both get $50 in credit. So there's an incentive. That's why I push it. We both get something out of it. A lot of people have used it. Trust me, I buy a lot of these figures from you guys using the code. So if you want to help out the channel, sign up to the Mercari. All right, now guys, are you ready for my number 1 letdown? Trunks is my favorite character besides Goku. I feel like Goku is a cop-out. My number 1 letdown. This figure has so many issues. I had 2 bought because I was so excited. The arms fall off. The legs have that ugly joint. The kneecaps pop off. It's loose. His torso was the wrong way on the figure. There are so this thing. Look, oh, I touched it. I just lightly touched it. It popped off. This thing has so many problems to it. It's just was such a letdown. I literally got bummed out when I got it instead of excited, as you should with a $90 figure. And again, this figure wasn't cheap. He was $75 plus tax and shipping, you know, depending where you live. In Jersey, it's like $10. Just add $10 anytime you buy anything.
Oh, $90. I could buy a mule.
I was just so let down. And now there is a light at the end of the tunnel because supposedly there is a re-release, and I will be trying to track one down. The re-release has a small Bandai sticker. The original has a, oh look, and look, he's got loose joints. He can't even stand. This figure is a mess. I basically have him just standing in the display behind you in his Time Machine little Cell Saga display. But this thing is a big letdown.
Hey, yo.
They did a few things right, a lot of things wrong. And being my favorite character and my favorite, it could have been my favorite figure, and I never even play with it or touch it. It's just there. It just, you know.
You blew it!
But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of my list? You guys have been loving the list, so expect more lists. Let me know what list we should do next. Someone said do a top 10 bootleg figures, and I might do that. So stay tuned for that. Click a video on screen. Even if you've seen it before, it helps out the channel. Go click it, see you, watch a video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.